Well, this was unexpected. We got another Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream with more legacy support in Lightning Overdrive for Black Rose Dragon and at Ignister, which I didn't expect for this set. But whatever, I am happy to see more support for them. So let's begin. But before we start off with the archetype support, we're going to start off with some of the other stream cards. Our first card will be Dark Honest. Yes, a dark version of Honest. Has the same stats as regular Honest, except it's dark, and its effect is, once per turn you can return this face-up card on the field to your hand, and its second effect, during the damage step when your dark monster battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. The opponent's monster loses attack equal to its own attack until the end of the turn. So basically, Light Honest gives you attack, Dark Honest drains your opponent's monster attack. Kind of worse because unaffected is a thing, but still good card. Next, a Star Twin card, Live Star Twin Kisili Frost. Light Aqua, level 2, 500 attack, 0 defense, and its effect is, if you control a Lila monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon this card this way once per turn. Second effect, if your opponent adds a card from the deck to their hand by a card effect, and you control an Evil Twin monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard and draw a card. This effect of this card's name can only be activated once per turn. Special summon is always nice, and the extra draw is really easy to trigger. And now to the archetype stuff, let's start with the at Ignisters. We of course start off with the main deck, Don Mari at Ignister. Level 6 Dark Cyberse monster with 23 attack and 0 defense. The 23 attack will be relevant, and its effect is, when an attack is declared involving an at Ignister monster, you can special summon this card from your hand if you do negate that attack. Second effect, if you control a Link 6 monster, quick effect, you can manage this card from your hand or graveyard, then target one face-up card your opponent controls and negate its effect until the end of turn. Each effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. It's an okay card, gives you effect negation along with attack negation, but the main part of its effect is actually the fact that it special summons itself while its main attack is 23. But I really don't see this card being run at more than 1. So this card is really just a maybe. Next to the extra deck, our only extra deck card, which is a Link monster, Dark Infant at Ignister. Link 1 Dark Cyberse, 500 attack, left, requires one non-Link at Ignister monster, and its effect is, when this card's Link summoned, you can add one Ignister Island from your deck to your hand. Thank you, this is something the deck really needs. A Striker Dragon for the deck. And its second effect is, when a Cyberse monster with its original attack that is 23 activates its effect, quick effect, you can move this card to your main monster zone this card points to, then change this card's attribute to any attribute of your choice until the end of turn. Each effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. This card is at least a 2-of because it adds Ignister Island to your hand, and that of course is the main part of its effect. That field spell is very essential for the deck, because without it you're not going to be able to make your plays. But its second effect I don't really see much use for it other than to summon a rival Cyberse, as it needs different attributes to summon it. Now to the spells, our first spell is a normal spell, When I First Met You. Really love the pun. You can only activate one of these per turn, and its effect is reveal one Cyberse monster with 23 attack from your hand or extra deck. If you do, add one at Ignister monster with the same attribute from your deck to your hand, and also you cannot activate monster effects for the rest of the turn other than Cyberse. And during the end phase, if you do not special summon the revealed monster or one with the same name, you take 2300 damage. Run 3 of, you need the consistency, especially for at Ignisters. Next, a continuous spell, You and I. If a Cyberse monster with 23 original attack is special summoned, you can activate one of these effects based on the attribute of the summoned monster. You can only activate each of these following effects once per turn. Earth or Water, half the attack of one face-up monster on the field until the end of the turn. Wind or Light, negate the effects of one face-up card on the field until the end of the turn. Fire or Dark, special summon one at Ignister token. Cyberse Dark, level 1, 0 attack and defense. Well, at Ignisters is all about spamming your extra deck with different summoning methods, and they all have different attributes, so getting 2 of these effects off isn't that hard. Run 1 or 2. And finally to our trap, Mono Eye Mono. It's a continuous trap, and its effect is, monsters your opponent controls loses 100 attack for each card you control. And that's okay. Second effect, if you're at Ignister monster battles, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. When your at Ignister monster is destroyed by battle, you can target one Cyberse monster with 23 attack in your graveyard, except for the destroyed monster, and special summon it. This effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. First effect is okay, second effect is definitely really good, and the third effect is helpful. So at most, I would say this is a one-off. And now to the Black Rose Dragon cards. Our first card is Rock's Rose Dragon, level 3 Dark Dragon Tuner, 16 attack, 1200 defense, and its effect is, if this card is normal special summon, you can add one card that has Black Rose Dragon in its text from your deck to your hand except itself. And its second effect, if this card is in your graveyard and a face-up Rose Dragon monster or plant synchro monster you control is destroyed in battle or by opponent's card effect, you can add this card to your hand. Each effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. It's an instant 3-of. Lets you add any card from your deck that is related to Black Rose Dragon, and it's also recyclable. Next, Witch of the Blood Rose. Level 1 Light Plant Tuner, 18 attack, 17 defense, and its effect is you can tribute this card, add one Witch of the Black Rose from your deck to your hand. If you do, place one level 3 or lower plant monster from your deck to the top, and then normal summon a copy of this card from your hand. So basically it sets up your next draw. Second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, return one Black Rose Dragon or Blood Rose Dragon, that's the new synchro monster, that is banished or in your graveyard to your extra deck. Each effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. First effect is quite helpful, especially for being a level 1 tuner, and the second effect will be quite necessary as you're going to be blowing up your Black Rose Dragons, especially your Blue Rose Dragons, so being able to recycle them is definitely really good. But I would say at least a 2-of due to the first effect, but 3-of if you really want the consistency. And now to our new synchro monster, which is a new Black Rose Dragon, Blood Rose Dragon. Level 10 Fire Dragon Synchro monster with 32 attack, 24 defense, requires one tuner and one or more non-tuners, and its effect is, if this card is synchro summoned, you can banish all cards in the graveyard. That's pretty strong right there, but there's more. Then, if this card was synchro summoned by using Black Rose Dragon or a plant synchro monster as material, you can destroy all other cards on the field. So basically inherits Black Rose Dragon's nuke. And this card still stays on the field and it can still attack, so that's a bonus. Second effect, when your opponent activates card or effect that will destroy a card, quick effect, you can tribute this card, negate the activation. If you do, special summon one Black Rose Dragon from your extra deck or graveyard. So basically, it inherits Stardust Dragon's effect, but you get to summon the base form of this card immediately, instead of summoning it back itself at the end phase. I would say decent upgraded form of Black Rose Dragon, and it's not that hard to summon, due to the amount of level 3 tuners that you will have in this deck. Lets you banish the whole graveyard, which is strong, but also nukes everything if you use regular Black Rose Dragon or a plant synchro, and it can still attack, mind you, so that's going to be devastating. And also has a negate, and unlike Stardust Dragon, you can actually get the monster immediately. So I would say overall it's a nice card, probably at most 2-of. Next, another synchro monster, Garden Rose Flora. Level 5 Light Plant Synchro Tuner with 800 attack and 16 defense, requires one tuner and one or more non-tuners, and its effect is, you can target one field spell on the field, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for synchro monsters, and then destroy that target, then special summon one Rose token, plant Dark level 2 800 attack and defense, to the controller's field in attack position. And this effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. I don't see much use of this effect considering that many decks don't really use field spells anymore, although your Black Rose Dragon deck will be using a field spell. So there is that, and the fact that it's level 2 while this card's level 5 Synchro Tuner makes level 7. And its second effect, during your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect, immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon using this card you control as material. So basically you can excel Synchro. And being a level 5 Synchro Tuner makes it a bonus. So you feel like running an Excel Synchro engine in this deck, go right ahead. And finally to our final card, which is a quick play spell, Bezel Rose Shoot. Its effect is you can special summon one Rose Dragon monster from your hand or graveyard in defense. That itself already makes it really good. And second effect is, if this side card was destroyed, you can target one Black Rose Dragon or one card with Black Rose Dragon on its text that is banished or in your graveyard and special summon it. Each effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. Instant 3-of. Lets you recover some plays, and it's also a kill fodder, which Black Rose Dragon and Blood Rose Dragon can do, and then you can get another monster with 2 big attacks. And it's also being a quick play is also really good. So that's it for these reveals. What do you guys think about the new Black Rose Dragon and Mr. support? I love both of them. Seeing more Black Rose Dragon stuff really makes me happy, especially now we got an evolved Black Rose Dragon, something that many people have been craving. And for Acnisters, I really like the new cards for their consistency purposes, although I was really hoping for an Ignister Link 4, one that would look like Firewall Dragon, but I would say I am happy with what we got, and I was kind of surprised too because I was expecting the Black Rose Dragon stuff to be probably in the next set, since I'm expecting that to be a 5Ds based set, and Ignister's in the set after because VRAINS based set. And speaking of which, what do you guys think will be the next cover card? I think it will be a Red Dragon Archfiend base cover card based on the name, or a Blackwing base, but that's just speculation. But other than that, have a nice day.